Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing good. Children, this is a chapter number 3, part 2, and today I am going to explain you the properties, certain properties of the matter. Okay, so or factors you can see. So that this is the factors which is responsible for the existence of matter in different stage. So as you know, all the matter, every matter is made up of atoms or molecules. Okay, and they are in constant whenever they are just changing in one form to another form. I told you they are interchangeable. If we will apply the heat or freezing or any condensation, okay, they can change their physical state. Okay, liquid changes into solid, solid changes into gas, liquid changes into gas, like this. Okay, now yes children, then children, in that last video I have explained you the in a cylindrical jar I have shown you, I have explained you the structure or arrangement of the molecules. So here also we will talk like it is written interparticular or intermolecular space. I told you in the solid there is no interparticular force. You can see all the elements are tightly packed here. Okay, whereas in the liquid few spaces are available. Okay, they have few spaces, but in case of gases they do not have, they have very high intermolecular space between the particles, between the molecules. You can see high gap is there. Okay, so remember always solids there is no gap, their molecules are tightly packed, that's why they are very hard, they are very rigid. In case of liquid some space is there, some intermolecular space is there, so that when we will add sugar, 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoon of the sugar into the liquid, okay, this solid sugar occupy the space of the liquid. Okay, so because liquid have the gaps, so that sugar particles trap into the or fixed into the or take the shape, take the spaces of the liquids. Okay, without increasing the level of the water. So you should know in these gaps, whenever we mix anything, in these gaps, in this intermolecular gap only they occupy the space. Now gases are having very high intermolecular space. Okay, second property is they have solids have the very high force of attraction. You know the property of magnet. Okay, magnet attracts the iron, where magnet attracts the iron, that's why they can easily bind. Okay, so this the same way. Okay, there is a very high force of attraction, that's why molecules of solids can tightly pack, they can come together. Okay, without any gap. Now liquids they have less force of attraction. Okay, you can say they have force of attraction. Okay, some force of attraction is there, that's why their molecules are away, partly away. Okay, now gases, whereas gases they have the very less force of attraction. Okay, remember these liquids have the low force of attraction than solids. Okay, that's why molecules are far away, whereas gases have very less force of attraction than the solids and the liquids. Okay, now so have a look in the last paragraph that when two types of matter are mixed, as I told you, when the two types of matter are mixed or we are mixing the two things like sugar and water or salt and water, their particles occupies the intermolecular spaces, these gaps only the sugar particle trap. So here they have given the two examples. First one is sand and sugar. Okay, and then because sand particles is very thin, very minute. Okay, very small, and sugar they are found in the crustal form, so they can easily move. So being a crystalline structure of sugar also sugar particles also have some gaps, so sand can easily enter into the gap. Now when we dissolve the sugar in water, the sugar particle occupies the space of the water molecule. So remember, if space is there, the other particle whatever we are mixing, like sugar, salt, sand, it will take the space, these spaces, free spaces. Okay, but solid there are no spaces, there are there are very high force of attraction. That's why we cannot mix the two wood peas, or we cannot mix the two sugar crystals. Okay, so this is the property. Children, next property is, this is the activity. Okay, this is the activity 2 given in your book. So to prove that particles of matter have space, so how we can find? So for this we have to do activity. Okay, this activity you can also do. Okay, but if it is available near you and in your house, you can do. For this activity we need few materials. First one is a full jar of pebbles. Pebbles means we need a pebbles, you can see here. Okay, so pebbles means that stones particles. Okay, it is bigger in size, okay, than sand, anything. We need a 6 and 8 spoons of sand also. We need a pebble, sand. Pebbles are kind of stones. Okay, we need a glass of water, and we need a salt also. So when we will fill all these things, okay, and when we will just shake the jar, so what we all know that this salt and water, they are soluble in water. Salt can easily soluble in water, so we will get the uniform solution. But whenever but stone particles, you can see here, sizes are big, black one. Okay, and the sand, the sizes are small, so you can see the sand will pass easily through these gaps of the stone. Between the gaps of the stone, they can come easily in the bottom of the jar. Okay, so like this we can see it is very based on the particles, they can settle down. Okay, so now I am reading observations. First observation is, the sand occupies the space between the pebbles, as we can see, and it will settle down. Okay, next one is, the salt disappear because it is soluble in water, so it will easily occupy the space of between the particles of the water. Okay, now so we can say that the other substance, whenever we are doing the mixing process, the another substance takes the space available. Okay, now this is the activity you can do, children, easily. Then one more thing you know, we have seen in our day-to-day life that whenever we freeze water, liquid form of water, what happen? This liquid form of water change into ice. Okay, solid ice. Okay, so this liquid and solid, they change their intermolecular space. So what happen when the water, liquid water, it is having some space. Okay, it has the less force of attraction than solids, as we all know. But when it comes in when it change in the form of ice, okay, or when we cool it, what will happen? The particles come close, they come close, and it will increase the force of attraction. Okay, due to the force of attraction, they come closer. That's why they change into solid form. Now children, so again, if we will heat or if we will just keep the ice at room temperature, or if we will heat it on the stove, then also that ice, solid ice, loses with the effect of heat. It loses, it will increase the kinetic energy. Okay, and it will lose the force of attraction. Okay, so again this ice change into liquid. So now children, as you can see here, on heating any type of matter, we can increase the interparticular space. So here when it is cold, okay, all the molecules are very close to each other. Okay, but when we are applying heat, the molecules are, the force of attraction is losing, and molecules are moving outside, and it changes state too. Okay, basically it increases the kinetic energy. With the help of that, particles can easily move. So when we heat the water, the space between the particle increases. We can dissolve more amount of sugar. Okay, and as the liquid particle between the water particle increases, more sugar particles can be accommodated in the spaces. Okay, so again they are giving the example of sugar and water. As you know, for making lemonade or anything, we are mixing, so many times we are mixing sugar into water for making sugar syrup also. Okay, so in that case, we have to mix it. But if we are doing at room temperature, if we are mixing it room temperature sugar into water, what will happen? Up to a certain level the sugar will not able to mix it. Okay, sugar will stop mixing into water. So in that case what we should do, we should heat the mixture. Okay, mixture, if we will provide the heat, then with the effect of heat again the sugar start dissolving into the water. So heat also plays a very important role in that. Okay, it increases the particle spaces. So remember, in the cold or we will freeze, it particles comes closer, okay, and it will decrease the intermolecular space and it will increase the force of attraction. Whereas in liquid, when we will heat it, what will happen? Particles lose the force of attraction and the kinetic energy increases. So few points I have already explained you in the lower classes also. There is a theory which is called Brownian motion. In the next topic you can see. Okay, this theory is given by Robert Brown. He is a scientist, okay, a biologist. So what he said in the matter, that Robert Brown said, in a matter the particles of matter are always in a continuous motion. Okay, particles are, whether they are in a solid state, liquid state and gaseous state, they are in continuous motion. They are not staying still. Okay, they are not still. Okay, they are just moving continuously. Even though in the solid state he said they are moving now, and they possesses energy. They have the energy that is kinetic energy, and because of that energy only they are moving. Okay, so this motion is called Brownian motion because it is given by Robert Brown. Okay, so what he is saying, what is the points? The points are, the particles of matter are always in a continuous movement. Okay, and they possesses energy. So first line is the theory of this Brownian motion. Now the particles in different state of matter possesses different amount of energy. Okay, in the second line they are saying that in the solid, okay, they possesses less energy, liquid they possesses more energy than solid, but in the gases they have maximum energy. That's why gases can flow in all the direction. Okay, so because this kinetic energy is very high in the gases than solids and the liquid, it is least in the solids. Okay children, so first point they are saying of this theory, that in solid the particle have very little energy. As I said, that they have the energy but very little, so they can vibrate. You know, it sometimes our phone also vibrate. If we will change the mode of the phone, it vibrate, but our phone is solid form of matter, but still it can vibrate. So what it shows, that it also shows a Brownian motion. Because it has a little energy, but they cannot flow. Whereas liquids have some energy more than solids, and they can flow up to a certain extent. They can flow. Okay, now, but gases have the very high energy, maximum energy found in the gases, and that's why they can flow in any one room to another room, any direction they can go. Okay, so they can flow in all the direction. So here you can see the diagram, picture is given, Brownian motion in solid, liquid and gases. So in solid they are saying vibrating, okay, and liquids they are showing up to a certain extent they can go, and gases you can see they can go in any direction. In the first picture they are showing that they are in motion, continuous motion, and due to that motion they can colloid with each other. Okay, colloid means takrana. Okay, if the molecules are, suppose if a molecules are always in a continuous motion, okay, if 5 people run here without any just they are just running here and there, okay, then also it will happen that they will colloid with each other. Now the same thing, due to this motion only, Brownian motion of particles, the particles of same or different states of matter are able to intermix. Okay, for example, sometimes we are mixing sugar into water, sometimes we are mixing salt into water, sometimes we are mixing milk into water, or you can say ink into water, all because all can easily mix with each other and they can form a homogeneous solution due to the Brownian motion of particles. Okay children, so here one activity is given. This activity also they are showing 2 glasses of water. Okay, so for this activity we will see what is diffusion. So okay, so now what is diffusion? So diffusion is the process. Okay, diffusion is the process where molecules move from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Okay, higher amount to the lower amount, that is diffusion. In detail you will learn in the higher class later. Okay, so what materials we need a 4-5 crystals of potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate is a chemical. Okay, it is of violet color or blue color you can say, and we need 4-5 drops of ink. So potassium permanganate is a crystal, means it is a solid form of matter. Okay, and we have the drops of ink, means ink is a liquid. So we need 2 sample here, 2 material, one is solid and one is liquid. Okay, and then we need 2 beakers, and we have to label 1 glass of water, 2 glasses of water, and we have to label A and B. So what we should do in the first one, we have to drop a crystal. This is means very 2-3 crystals of crystals, means like a sugar crystals. Okay, so we have to, in the first jar, A jar or A glass, we have to add potassium permanganate crystal, and in the B jar we have to add the ink, which is liquid. So in the A glass we are adding the potassium permanganate, which is in solid form, and in the B we are adding the ink, which is in a liquid form. And what they are we can see here also that the solid is diffusing, or solid particles of this potassium permanganate, it is taking too much time. Okay, it is moving, or diffusion process is slow in this A. Okay, whereas in the B, which is in which we have added the liquid ink, it is diffusing very fastly. Okay, so observation is the same thing. You can see observation is also like this. The rate of diffusion is faster in the beaker B. Why? Because I have explained you in the last slide that liquids have more energy or more kinetic energy, or you can see the Brownian motion. According to Brownian motion, liquids can easily diffuse, or at higher rate it can diffuse than solids. Okay, so on heating, the particles of matter gain energy and their movement. So heating plays a very important role. If we want to mix any sugar, any salt, or this ink or this potassium magnet, if we will heat it, what will happen? It will increase the movement of the particles. Okay, so remember, through this activity, the solid will diffuse slowly than the liquid ink. Okay, all right. So ink, last line it is written, ink will diffuse faster in hot water than in cold water. Now children, please go through the chapter, okay, and solve the exercise. Page number 42 it is given, try out exercise, please solve it. Okay, thank you beta, and God bless you all.